Quick disclaimer, to all the teachers we mention, this video is for fun. Except Brody's French teacher. We don't like you. Also, make sure to check out the merch store and get some awesome stuff like this plush of me. Isn't that just crazy? Please check if you're subscribed, and if you aren't already, subscribe. Onwards to the video. Okay, let me just sip some more of this water.
Yeah, you would, dude. You're the worst.
I'm sucking this water, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's all you do, dude. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to this video. What are we doing? What are we doing here? We're talking about teachers. Brody, have you had teachers before, Brody?
I've had quite a few in my time, Nathan.
Dude, you go to school?
Dude, you go to college?
This intro sucks. Intro sucks.
It sucks so bad.
Hello everybody, welcome to this discussion type video. I'm here with BrodyAnimates.
Hello, I'm BrodyAnimates.
This is a lot calmer than the first time we tried
I know. It's because you started talking like, hello, welcome to this video.
Alright, so basically in this video, me and Brody are going to be talking about our teacher stories because, I don't know if you know this, but me and Brody, we've had our crazy experiences
we've had
school.
Quite a crazy life.
We're storytime animators. Every day is kind of crazy.
My life is a movie.
I recently graduated. Brody, you're still in high school.
Yeah, I've heard it, Nathan, I've heard it.
I grew up in a private school, and I don't know if I've even told you this before. Every teacher I had in, 7th grade, I pretty much had until my senior year.
That's crazy, dude.
So, I mean, okay, teachers... Let's talk about teachers, BrodyAnimates.
On the topic of teachers.
Giving the benefit of the doubt before we just jump into this... I guess, teachers' jobs are, relatively hard because they have to, take care of all these kids and actually make them learn all this information. Yeah, I could not be
a teacher. I would, beat up all the kids.
I had this social studies teacher throughout high school, and his name was Mr. Mead.
Mr. Mead.
Mr. Mead, yeah. He had a lot of classes, and he was basically teaching 7th through 11th grade history. That's like 4 or 5 classes. So sometimes he would, cut corners in class. Have you ever heard of the show called The Waltons?
I have not heard
Exactly.
of it.
That's exactly. Of course you haven't, because you're a purebred Canadian. I wouldn't expect you to know this.
I'm being discriminated against in an infamous Swoosh video.
Look, man. All I'm saying is this show shows you American living. Mr. Mead, on different days, I feel like if he didn't have something to teach, he'd be like, let's pop on The Waltons. It was basically this show. It was made in the 70s or 80s, but it was based on the 1930s and 1940s. About this, hillbilly family.
Well, I don't care about those silly girls.
Even just saying that just sounds weird that a teacher would put on this show for history class. And I remember some of the episodes had literally nothing to do with, what we were learning about. One day, in, the middle of April, he'll be like, you guys want to watch the Thanksgiving special of the Waltons?
Heck yes I do, Mr. Mead. Why'd you even ask?
I remember in my 11th grade year, we were watching a pretty dramatic episode of The Waltons.
Oh.
The family's house burnt down.
Just sitting here watching The Waltons.
The episode shows the mom and the dad in bed, but it's such a weird episode. The house is burnt down. They're sleeping in bed. All their kids are gone. And it's history class and we're watching this. And it slowly zooms in on the mom and she just starts crying because she's so sad. And I don't really care at this point. And as she's crying, I just go, me, and dude, because I was
That's
mocking
such an
it.
Infamous Swoosh thing to do.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
Just I couldn't picture anyone else doing that except for you.
Well, okay, so this happens, and then it pauses. Mr. Mead, Owlhead just 360 looks at me, and he's like, "Do you think this is funny?" And I was like, no. And he was like, "This is about a family during the Great Depression, and their house just burnt down." And I go, I'll stay quiet. And he's like, "Okay, good." He starts playing it again, and I'm just sitting there dude, this is just the weirdest way to teach history.
He
man.
loves his Waltons.
It's
dude.
true, man. I remember studying for the big final at the end of the year, and I'm like, man, maybe if I didn't watch so much freaking Waltons in the show, I would maybe know more.
All right, let's look at the stories BrodyAnimates brings to the table today. So I think it was 7th grade, And, like, you know, it was just an average day, but, we had an assembly. Do you have assemblies, like, in your school? I'm assuming you do.
You mean, like, when the kids would get around and the teachers, or, like, they would give announcements and stuff?
Yeah, we would basically, like, just gather in a gym and they give announcements.
Right, yeah.
And, I got an award. Like, they would give out, like, an award, like, for, like, I think every grade. And, for, like, the best student of that month, I think. And I got it, and I was like, wow, this is kind of sick. It didn't come with a reward or anything. It was just a piece of paper, but I was like, okay, thanks.
Awesome. Did you frame it on your wall?
No, I threw it out, man.
Mom, I got the awesome award at school.
I came back to class and I sat down and my teacher was Mr. Dave and he nominated me for the reward.
Right.
And then the other kids start coming back from the gym and one of the kids, we'll call him Kevin because I hate the name Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
So he comes to sit down next to me and like before we went to the assembly, I was like arguing with him about something. And then like, but while he sits down, I do, classic funny man trick. I pull his chair out from underneath him. And my teacher who just nominated me for a reward, like an award
my
for being a good student, he looks over to me, he's like, really? Like, and then he just like sends me to the principal's office and the principal's like, dude? Like,
Gives
what are you doing,
you a high five. That was awesome.
Yeah, he gives me a high five. I was like, that Kevin kid's a freaking idiot.
That's why
dude.
you got the award. So I have this friend named Wyatt, and when we were in high school, he would often find himself into trouble with a couple of the teachers. One in particular, when we were in 9th grade, we had... she's cool. So my friend Wyatt, like, really just had a grudge against her. Like, her and him just really did not get along. So we're all, like, trying to keep quiet because we know that she gets mad at us when we talk too much. And, like, she just, like, pauses and goes, like, Wyatt, what are you doing? And we look over, and there's, like, a pen line from the middle of his forehead all the way down to his chin. And he goes, huh? He, like, tries to cover it up and goes, oh, it's the wrong side of the pen. Like, and she goes, are you, like, an idiot?
Are you, like, an idiot?
She, like, kicks him out. So man's just, like, in the hallway with a line down his face.
For about 4 years, like, it was mandatory that, like, in Canada that you take French. And I hated... Well, I mean, I didn't hate it, but this teacher made me hate it. Like, we had, like, a rivalry. I'll call her Mrs. Snotface, because she's a snotface.
Okay, all right.
She was so, like, mean and, like, bad at teaching. It was insane. Like, even, like, now that I'm older, from an objective standpoint, that she was not good at teaching. She tried to do, like, that immersion thing. I don't know, but, like, they would, like, talk in French the entire class and hope we just picked up on it.
Oh, my gosh. My Spanish teacher used to do
But, like,
that.
we're too old to do that. That's what you do with, like, children before they learn any language. Like, that's not how that works. I think she knew that, like, I didn't like putting up with her, so she kind of, like, she was, like, graded me harsher. Like she'd be like, oh, this apostrophe is, like, facing the wrong way. Like, okay, dude, thanks. Like, I remember I was, like, complaining about her at, like, the lunch table. I was like, dude, that teacher sucks. I hate her. And then, like, the girl next to me, who was, like, I've been friends with her for a long time, she turns to me and she's like, dude, Mrs. Snotface? And I was like, yeah, she sucks. And she was like, dude, that's my mom.
Oh my gosh. Dude, oh
and
no.
We did not talk after that.
Dude,
That
holy cow. That's so awkward, dude. What did you say afterwards?
You know what? She's not that bad.
You know
I
me,
guess. French is a difficult language.
I'm
to
a
teach.
memer. I'm just messing around with you.
I'm just too silly today. You'll have to excuse me.
So in 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, I had this English teacher. We'll call him Josh Brolin.
Wait, that's so specific. Is that a real person?
Yeah, that's the guy that plays Thanos.
Oh, okay. This dude's a memer.
No, actually though, hear me out. Like, this guy, oh god, I'm just like trying not to offend anybody. We thought he was like Thanos. And I know it sounds weird to say, but dude, this guy is the most intimidating man I have ever met in my entire life. His neutral face, like, looks like he looks scary, man. So in the morning I had a class with him. Okay, so we get to class and we're missing Wyatt. We're missing the guy that, drew the line down his face.
The genius.
The absolute genius, absolute Chad. So the class is going on and then Wyatt comes in and it's just like dead silence. Like, Josh Brolin looks at him. And this isn't the first time it's happened, so he's like pretty fed up. I'm telling you, this is exactly what happened verbatim. He goes, "Why so late?" And Wyatt's like, "What? Why so late?" And he goes, "I don't know. I was just coming down, and I guess I took too long." And he goes, well, that sounds stupid. Goodbye, and he points to the door and he goes, goodbye, and then and he walks out the door, and then he slams the door and he sits down and he's like, so anyway, so basically, and he just gets right back into it, and we're all just like staring at him like it was like we were all terrified. And remember, he goes, what's the problem, guys? Is anything wrong? Is something wrong? And we're like, no. And he's like, okay, good. Anyway, and he just gets back into it.
That's so funny.
He's a great guy, but he's so terrifying.
I like this guy. I like this guy.
You like Mr. Josh Brolin, Mr. Thanos?
I like Mr. Josh Brolin.
Yeah, I just remember like one day we were in study hall and my friend's like, dude, that teacher is like literally Thanos. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Because he looks and sounds like him. Yeah. So thanks, Brody. Thanks for coming on. I never want to have you here again.
I got you. I love teachers and I love school.
I'm never having you on here again.
Dude, thank you.
You're welcome. That's it. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to BrodyAnimates.